Hello everybody, it's me, and welcome back to the video. Now, this is going to be probably a new series I'm going to start, kind of similar to what If is, but a little more interesting. Now, in this little series, I'm going to be talking about how underrated Loomians, or just generally bad Loomians, could use some really significant buffs, and how to quote-unquote save them. In the first one, we're going to be looking at Duskit, widely considered to be one of the worst roamings in the game, and one of the worst Loomians in the game. Definitely not the worst Loomian in the game, but like it just dies to Shadow Sprint. That's what sucks about it. But yeah, today I'm gonna show you guys what we can do, like save it. And what I mean by save, like what buffs can we do? First off, I'm gonna go to the damage calculator here in a little bit, but first I want to explain some things. Change how Harmonize works. When inflicted with a burn, poison, or paralysis by an opponent's move, the opponent is obligated to be inflicted too. Now that's good. But then if you think about it, that really doesn't work. Because if you get burned, it's going to be by a fire type. If you get poisoned, it's going to be by poison toxic type. If you get paralyzed, it's going to be by electric type. You know, if you think about it, most of them have those inflicting moves. Like, most of the time, it's not going to work unless it's like Frost Beam. No, even then it won't work. Because like, anything that inflicts status is usually used by like a Loomian, like Cenomars, I guess, could work if you get burned by Blaze Chomp. Then you can use Harmonize. You could use like a defensive one, defensive Duskit, but that won't really work. Now, what you could do to change it, have all this, change how Harmonize works, basically. What I personally thought of, you can still have all this stuff get inflicted, but I also thought, since you're harmonizing with your opponent, you can steal their stat boosts that they are currently using. So, say, let me explain it first. Not that you can swap in on a Whipple Drift's like +3, +2, right? You can't do that. What you can do is swap into the Whipple Drift speed boost, right? Or it's Magnify. Like if you swap into it before it sets up that move. So say I had my Protogon in on... let me think of something. Say I had Protogon that was one hit... or, no, I'm not going to go Protogon. Say I had Venolin that was asleep on a Metronet, right? What I can do there is swap Duskit in before it clicks, like, Peace of Mind or something, or it's Hypnotize. So what I would do there is I swap it in, and once it clicks Hypnotize, I'd be immune, right? But then, if they click Peace of Mind, I get that buff as well. Then I can click my Peace of Mind, then I get that buff. But it basically would only work if they're using that at the given time. If someone Peace of Mind and my Duskit with Harmonize is on the field, I will also take that +1 buff. And then I can buff myself at the same time. So that would make Harmonize really viable, but I don't think it's ever going to happen. Just something you could do to like rework it. Have all the same stuff happen, but just make it a little bit better. Because Harmonize is never ever used and it kind of sucks. It's only good for hunting. And then that's kind of what I want to talk about, the ability. Now, let me get into what would make it really good. Alright, now here we are. Now I have a very, very generic Duskit set here, probably one of the better ones if you really want to use a Duskit. But anyway, what we're going to be using here is just a normal basic ranged one, right? Now we're going to go Peace of Mind, very basic, Psycho Blast, and then we're going to go Spectral Burst. It's 2 stabs with Peace of Mind, right? And now what I'm going to do here, one of its biggest issues right now is it can't hit to clips. It literally is not possible for it to hit to clips very hard. Or any dark types. If you look at this, Mind and Spirit and Dark, which it also gets Dark Surge, walled by dark types. Literally, Umbrat could swap in and you're walled. Boom. Well, not really. If you get +1, you should be good. But it's hard for it to get on the field safely. Or not on the field safely. It's hard for it to do work if there's Dark type. And Dark type is a good typing right now. Like, it's not walled by Metronet in any way, but definitely not good about it. But what I was thinking is that, what if it got Feroblast, right? And then, like, let's go to Vesp, right? All of a sudden, you're dealing, like, almost 80 to a Vesp, right? That's good. And Vesp is one of its better counters, right? And then if you go to, like, a Ursul, your things are also, you're going to do a lot of damage, basically. Like, that is a good buff, right? That's a good buff. But, of course, it's not going to happen. It's like if I would save it. But, personally, I wouldn't do that, but like that's one way you could save it if it got Feroblast. It's kind of close to like What If. if it to get Feroblast, all of a sudden all of its dark type counters are just completely dead and down for the count. It'd be very Duskit would be definitely be top tier if it got Feroblast. But what if we were not using a ranged one? What if we were using a melee one? Now, what I'm gonna do here is, what if it gets Sharpen, Cycle Slap, and Parasitize, and Slap Down. That's not bad. Look at this. This is decent coverage. We're kind of walled by Shotosaur, but that's completely fine. Now, you guys know what Cycle Slap does, right? It does damage based on your melee attack, but it does damage based on the opponent's range defense, right? All of a sudden, Ventation can't wall you. You get a Sharpen Up. Boom. Boom. Your Cycle Slap's almost going to OHKO. It's amazing. See, look, doesn't do anything. But that's going to do something like, if we're running, I'm going to go, let's say we're running Mind Essence just to deal as much damage as possible. You can OHKO after +2. I mean, it's not bad. Not bad in the slightest. But, like, of course, this is all, like, if I was to personally try to save Duskit, I wouldn't give it all this stuff. This is just, like, a dream world, basically. Like, this would be Duskit's dreams. For, like, this would be a melee set, Peace of Mind, the other thing would be another set. But, personally, I would give it something to hit to clips. Something to hit to clips. Like, just, like, freaking, if it got Raging Flame, it'd be good. Like, literally, if we go back to this set of, if we go back to this set, like, okay, for one, Raging Flame would be an incredible, significant buff to it. Let's go to +1. And reason is because one of its better counters being Vesp, like, all of a sudden you're dealing like just as much damage as Spectre Burst does, but you can burn it. Raging Flames have 50% chance. Like, if it gets any of these moves, that'd be good. I would eventually, I'm not sure, honestly, like, just save Duskit. I miss it. I'm totally not biased because I found a freaking Gamma one. I'm not biased, don't worry about it. But yeah, if you want to save Duskit, give it something to hit to clips and dark types. That's pretty much it. Give it a fire move. Give it Energy Surge. Like, if you give it Energy Surge, that'd be better. Like, I could see Duskit getting Energy Surge, actually. Giving it dark and light with Mind, that'd be a really good combo, right? Because all of a sudden you can hit dark types, and you can hit light types, and you can use your strong stab. So if it can ever get Energy Surge, definitely be very strong. And Rework Harmonize to work better in PvP, in my opinion. Not really sure if you do that, but if it Duskit ever gets better moves, that's it. Give it a better selection of moves, in my opinion. Anyway, yeah, that's gonna be. If you guys want me to do this series again, let me know. Like, how to save. Like, if I could save Deladrix, what would I do? I give it Airblade. Anyway, that'll be the end. Bye bye.